Hey guys, so over the last couple of weeks, my routine has, turned to shit. It's completely changed to how it was just a couple of months ago. The social outings are no longer permitted, previous commitments are no longer possible, and the things that I love and do enjoy, pool, gym, sauna, well, the facilities are closed. So, have you found yourself with a whole lot of extra time and don't really know what to do with it resourcefully? In this video, I want to provide a little bit of an activity that I've done for myself and for others to potentially give you a little bit of an idea on how to make the most of these opportunities right now. Now, have you noticed on social media there's floods of messages coming out about either being bored or ideas for TV shows? I felt it went against one of my core beliefs, which has been recently actually inspired by one of my favorite mentors, Jay Kubasak, brought to you by the Wake Up team actually, and I've spoken about him just recently as well. And one of his key phrases is "Don't let a crisis go to waste," which means that we've got all this extra time and opportunity. The post that I actually made on Facebook the other week really outlined how we've been literally given this gift of time. Now, I can't think of any other moment in my lifetime, at least, that we've been given this gift of time. We always hear about running out of time, not enough time, the value of time being money, and every bit of time spent is something that we're not going to get back. Now, I'm sure you can all appreciate that. So I guess I didn't want to be triggered necessarily by what I was seeing come into my social media feed. I wanted to come from a place of responding with value. Now, surprisingly to myself, actually, a lot of people responded and requesting some ideas. They're like, I don't know what to do with this time resourcefully. So I thought I'd go through this little exercise with each of them, which is actually very quick. It's very easy. I've done it multiple times for myself to hone in on some directions and elements of my life. And we went through. They were quite surprised how easy it was, and they went away going, "Oh my God, that's amazing! This has really helped me." So I thought I'd put this video together to then give to you guys and see if you are one of these people that feel like you can make better use of your time. Try this, and maybe you'll be like them and with a whole lot of new inspiration and motivation and maybe direction to spend this isolation period. So let's dive in. I'll draw a little diagram for you guys, and then we'll run with it. So this is called the Wheel of Life. It's got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 segments. Now, really you can put whatever segments you'd like into this. We'll use a very generic one at the moment, and you can even download this off the internet, I'm sure. But really put what is important in your life now, okay? I've filled it out with the general kind of areas that would make up the average person. So we've got relationships, adventure, family, finance, hobbies and interests, friendships, career, and health and fitness. Now, the object of this, or the activity of this, is to rate yourself. And this is, to be honest, this is only really for you. You don't have to show anyone this. And the more honest you can be with yourself, well, I think the more value you'll get from it. So if you imagine out of 10 each of these areas, rate it out of 10. I think for the purpose of our current situation, maybe think of it prior to going into isolation, if you're isolated, or prior going into this situation right now, how you really felt. Or you could do it for the current situation as well, for maybe shorter term goals, or to fill in the time at the moment. So for the purpose of this activity, let's make up an avatar, and we'll go through maybe, I don't know whether you can say a generic person, but maybe some things that just sort of come to mind. So let's, I think a lot of people that are working from home at the moment probably work in corporate. So let's go with a male. I understand a male mind better than a female mind. So let's go with Mitchell. Mitchell, he works in whatever generic corporate job is. I don't want to name any professions right now. I've said it's generic, but let's go with Mitchell. So He works in corporate, has a pretty steady income. He's got some great hobbies. Maybe let's say Mitchell's from New Zealand, because I'm from New Zealand. He's living here in Australia, so family's a little bit distant. He spends a lot of time at work. He's got a good job at income. He's now working at home. Maybe hours have been reduced. I think that's kind of common right now, to say 20 hours rather than the standard 40 hours minus the overtime of 45. All right, so jump back into the paper here. Adventure, how would he rate himself? He had maybe a trip to Spain coming up that has been postponed or cancelled. He really likes weekend trips away. I reckon he's a kite surfer, this guy. Kite surfing is pretty cool, I've heard. So we'll rate maybe 7 for adventure. Finances, now he thought finances were great until, well, his hours have been cut back, starting to struggle, realised he's got no savings. So we could probably give that maybe a 3, needs some work there. Friendships are pretty high as well. Good relationships with work, after work drinks, that kind of thing. So that's probably a good 8 there. Also doing the old Zoom call with friends at the moment. And probably drinking games, I reckon. That's always a good thing. Don't actually, maybe I should edit that out. I don't know. I shouldn't be promoting that, right? Career, career was really good actually. Let's say career was good, wanted to level up, now realising there's probably not as much job stability as what he anticipated, because with this now has come hour reductions and that kind of thing, and it's actually a lot more restrictive than what he thought. So not necessarily looking for a new career, maybe just looking for other opportunities now, and wanted to get more into a leadership role. Middle management, not very good, so maybe some more leadership points in there and opportunities. Now relationships, given the previous role, doing 40 to 50 hours a week in the office, has great interests and hobbies, great friendships, spends a bit of time talking with family or whatever, just hasn't had any opportunity to really be putting into relationships. So not to say he doesn't want a relationship, maybe let's say a 2 could do some work there. So now what you can see on this, really it gives you a bit of an outline of Mitchell here, your generic corporate kind of guy. Really can have a look at the areas that he's happy with, and doing pretty well in, and the areas that obviously need to do some work. So, you've got relationships here, wants a relationship but just has put no effort into it, rated 2. Thought his finances were good because he had a steady income, but comes the crunch, no savings, and finding it pretty difficult. So, a 3 and a 5, maybe some health and cooking. So if we take this the next step, I'm sure you can kind of see where this is going, right? But let's take this as the next step. For Mitchell here, what's he going to do tomorrow? He's got his 20 hours a week that he's working, so got a lot of free time, and he's bored of all these movies and TV shows. Should we start with finance? Okay, he's got no savings, working 20 hours. What am I going to do with my finances? Or what's Mitchell going to do with his finances now? So some of the areas that maybe you could look at, because this is more about how to spend the extra time to upskill and level up over the coming days, weeks, months, how long we got, who knows. And so finance, there's a few different options. Read something like Barefoot Investor. Barefoot, not good Australian guy for Aussies out there. It's a great book actually, just easy to follow steps that will get you on the path to financial success that anyone can follow. Maybe look at investing, putting some money aside. Creating a financial plan is a must. And the earlier you start, the better at putting a financial structure in place. And then from there, index funds. Something that I've just actually personally started myself is Forex trading. And with the technology that we got these days, it's really great. Can use artificial intelligence, which makes day trading so much easier than ever before. If that's something you're interested in, be happy to share it with you as well. That's amazing. So now he's got a few ideas there. Finance, okay, is pretty low on the list. Now, all of that, well, I don't know how many hours you could put into that. Finance is a pretty boring subject, but I'm sure, even putting 10 hours a week into that is far better putting 10 hours into that than watching a couple of movies, right? So let's move across to relationships. Previously, his excuse for not having a relationship was just no time to go on dates, no time to engage, but had all these other bigger, more important, more pressing interests to take care of. Now he can't go out kiteboarding, he can't go out hiking, he's not going out to the bar with his friends so much and after work drinks. Look, adding some scheduled time to look for an intimate partner, I think would be a pretty healthy thing. And just scheduling this in. Now, my own personal idea of this at the moment is that instead of going on meaningless dates, engaging with people over the phone and through video or whatever and building up that connection first, I personally think there's going to be so many more stronger relationships, stronger new relationships that come from this current situation than prior. And even afterwards, after this breaks up, hell will break loose, I think. But right now, the connections that are made now, I think, are going to be far more likely to last. Be interesting to see. So, we can call it online dating, but also maybe video dates and connection. So, schedule that in, whether it's a few hours a week. I don't know. But, maybe hopefully that brings that up a little bit more. Now, other areas, hobbies and interests. Just brought a new, say, a GoPro to record in the outdoors and wanted to do some video editing. So maybe starts making some short films around the house. Adventure, Spain. Had a trip to go into Spain. He was supposed to go now. Was a little bit disappointed they didn't learn any language. Didn't learn any Spanish. Going to Spain for 3 weeks on his, his once a year OE jump on application, maybe like Duolingo. Now, Duolingo and these applications are literally like games. So if you're going to waste time on games, now I say waste because that's actually what I think. Pointless games are a waste of time. Play one that is going to be beneficial. Career, leadership. You got LinkedIn Learning. Maybe for extra leadership can do coaching. Got some great material around coaching and some really cool recommendations as well. If you are interested in that, happy to put you in touch with some information. So now, as you can see, countless ways to be better, more resourcefully spending the time and staring at a screen. Hope that gave you some inspiration, guys. Let me know how you get on, if this has been helpful for yourself. If not for yourself, share it with someone that you think would get lots of value out of this. And then let me know, how am I doing, guys? Is this something that is useful? What would you like to hear? How can I better serve you guys with this extra time now that I have in my schedule? Would love to do more of them. Let me know. Talk soon.